Okay, what's up, YouTube? So just got back from Elim Christian Center. That's the church that Kristen and I are going to now. She didn't go today because she was doing her assignment for summer break holidays. Yeah, she's got 4 of them to finish. But for me, yeah, I'm glad I had a chance to go for the 11:30 service. So Pastor Becs talked about how God prepares us for things that we don't expect. And looking back on this year, there are a lot of things that I did not expect to happen, but just did. And things like coming to New Zealand, things like COVID, and the job changes here and there, especially from Systema to IT Recycler. So that was things just happened very spontaneously. And she was like saying there are 2 types of people. One is the type that plans, and that gives like security. There's a schedule. They always ask what's next, kind of thing. Have a list to do for the next day. And for me, there's that spontaneity where it's like on a moment when you wake up and you're like, okay, this is what is gonna happen for today, kind of thing. So yeah, and she says this interesting thing whereby security marries spontaneity, and I feel like that's when the not chaos comes in, but the balance comes in. Because you can't have life without any adventure or excitement or wilderness, which I felt like if it's missing, it's just not living life. But then again, yeah, she talked about the book of Esther and how God prepared her for such a time as that. She was a queen, she was a Jew living in a foreign land, and the king had a beauty pageant, and she won, and yeah, she just got to be the king's queen, but she had to keep her identity a secret that she was a Jew. So it's interesting, like some things are just not meant to be said until the right time comes up. And that makes me think about like truth, like just because something is true doesn't mean it has to be shouted out all the time. There's always the right time and place for the truth to be told, right? So yeah, anyway, her 3 main points were to be first one was reprioritize, right? So kind of think of it, a lot of things in life needs to be reprioritized. Special schedules. I think I lost that Bible time with God, which I'm trying to put back now, like not even one chapter a day, just like one portion of the Bible a day. And then like when the Bible breaks it down to the header, and then that part, and then another header, and then that part. Yeah, so story by story kind of thing. And then another thing is just a short one verse from Proverbs or Psalms kind of thing. So I feel like I've lost that. I used to read my Bible every night, do a quick journal, writing down stuff that happened in the day. Good time for reflection. And then there was also sports, exercise that happens on a daily basis. 4:30 in the afternoon, basketball kind of thing. But now, I rarely had time to go for jogs. And another thing that I think I want to start putting in is proper sleep schedule, food schedule, kind of thing. Sleep 8 to 9 hours a day, rest well, eat well, breakfast, lunch, dinner, simple things like that. but most importantly, I guess it's time with God. Yeah, that's what matters. And then also, like, the second point was on reorganize, I think, something like that. So yeah, I brought my book to write stuff down, which I have not done for a long time. It's so nice to, write things on a physical book. Much easier than typing on a phone and listening to someone. Reposition, right? So yeah, reposition. And this repositioning was more of like, I think people was mentioning, like how God puts new people into our lives and how God takes people out of our lives at different times. So looking back, yeah, I mean, there were so many people in my life that really influenced me and shaped me to be who I am. People who were in my high school, good friends, best friends, kind of thing. Friends that I would hang out with for a long time. And then after that, there's just moments where, you just move on and you can't meet them anymore. Or like, things change. Then there was university. Yeah, campus life, people, the frisbee group. Nah, they didn't really influence a lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's just all a blur sometimes, like what happened. But I remember hanging out with Joshua a lot. Yeah, when I was in high school. Quite formative, I guess. Tak Long maybe. When I was in Scouts. Yeah, then there's always that church, Adrian and Mark, the youth leaders, Auntie Daime and Auntie Jennifer. Yeah. And then there's like, university was Abel. Yeah, I really loved hanging out with Abel. He's quite a cool guy. But even when I came to New Zealand, I think not cut contacts, but just like, just distance. There's always a chance to, like WhatsApp and call and stuff like that. But yeah, new season, new people, I guess. But I do try my best to stay in touch. One of my best friends, Jiaming, really miss him. His life is quite interesting. Would love to catch up and get back. So yeah, influential people, that's what she mentions them as. So right, we always get influenced by the people that are around us. And right now in New Zealand, I feel like I'm around people who influence me in a certain way. But then again, we also got a choice to choose who we want to be around, right? I mean, like people like Isaac, Kevin from the job. Yeah, I'm gonna try to learn Chinese so that I can talk to more people here. Everyone is Chinese. Then there's also that the third point was resurfacing, where Pastor Becs talks about things that come back up. And God wants to help us to deal with things that are painful to us. And unless we can deal with them, then we won't be ready for what God has in store for us later on. I don't know. I think one of my biggest things that I feel is it's a bit personal to share, but yeah, I really do fear the opinion of people. I always base my decisions and actions on what I think would please others or what the other person would be most happy with. And I don't put myself first, kind of thing. I don't even put God first sometimes. Most of the time. All the time, I think. But yeah, I think that would change. I would really love for that to change. Like, when it's time to make a decision, it's just so clear, so much assuredness and peace to make a decision that say, yep, this is what I stand for. And it's not because of what other people think anymore. Hopefully that will happen. So yeah, that 3 things. Reprioritize, reposition the people, and resurface. Yeah, deal with the things that are deep inside. So cool. That's the last message for 2020. Crazy year it's been, but hopefully next year will be better. So I'll see y'all next time, maybe next year, I don't know. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.